All right, faithful, what's going on? It's your boy Mike from Nothing But Niners crew. This is going to be a quick hitter. So let's go ahead and get to it.
This is Charles Haley. You're listening to Nothing But Niners.
This is Kyle Juszczyk, and you're listening to Nothing But Niners.
So now they've got to start from deep in their end of the field, and Garrison Hurst takes advantage of it. He takes the handoff, hits to his right, gets to the 20. He's in the 30, needs to cut in. He comes back up the right sideline, breaks the third tackle, comes down to the 30. He's down to the 20. He's down to the 10. He's down to the 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown! 49ers! 96-yard run from scrimmage. Garrison Hurst breaking tackle after tackle, sweeps down the sideline. Throws off bodies like clothes after a marathon.
Young, back to throw. In trouble, he's going to be sacked. No, gets away. He runs, gets away again, goes to the 40, gets away again, to the 35, cuts back at the 30, to the 20, the 50, the 10. He died. Touchdown, 49ers.
Third down, Alex takes the snap. Alex looking down in post, and it's Jordan! Touchdown! Touchdown, 49ers!
It is second down. Ryan takes the snap, throws the slant to the left side. It's Russell, intercepted! The 49ers pick it, and Navarro Bowman is redemption! Navarro Bowman running it all the way for the touchdown! No greater redemption!
San Francisco 49ers, we can do whatever we want.
Click, click, boom. What's going on, faithfuls? It's your boy Mike from the Nothing But Niners crew. Guys, I know that we were supposed to be going live today, but right now I'm sitting at home in the middle of a thunderstorm. Power's been flickering throughout the day. Not comfortable going live from a full broadcast. What I will do is go live from my phone and talk to you guys for a few. All right. So there's a lot going on in 49ers land. We got the word about our quarterback, Brandon Aiyuk, and what's going on. And I'm going to share some thoughts about that with you guys. We've got a whole bunch of injuries that are happening right now throughout training camp. We're missing every single wide receiver, every single running back, every punter. It's just not good right now, man. There's a lot of bad going on, and it's already starting to put a damper on my preseason excitement. I don't know about you guys, but it's not cool sitting around hearing all these injuries, knowing that we've been waiting so long to see 49ers football. We already knew we weren't going to see a bunch of the starters and all, but like, damn, like now we're not going to see the rookies playing. Now we're not going to see, you know what I mean? Like this is just tough. It's difficult. But anyway, let me go through these formalities really quick. Hopefully like I said, everything stays on and I can continue to finish this show out. I'm not going to be on too long, guys. I have to bring you guys some bonus content later on. But right now, let's do what we got to do. If this is your first time here on the YouTube page, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on your notifications so you know exactly when we are going live. Give us a follow on some of our social media platforms. We have Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter. Those handles are Nothing But Nine. It's the number 9, ERS. Then we have Facebook and Twitch. Those handles are Nothing But Niners. Are spelled all the way out. And also, guys, head on over to the Patreon. That is the place where I have the most fun. I get to talk the most smack. I have a lot of fun over on Patreon, guys. Head on over patreon.com/NB9ERS. It's right there on the screen. Patreon.com/NB9ERS. Okay. And so, yeah, I mean, let's just go ahead and start talking. Kyle Shanahan addressed the media today. He basically said, hey, I'm not worried about Brandon Aiyuk in the deal. It'll get done when it gets done. You know, that it'll run its course. If it doesn't get done, you know, hate to lose them, but, you know, always hope it works out type of talk. And I thought that was pretty cool to hear from Kyle. I'm going to come back to this whole Aiyuk situation, though, because I think the Niners are low-key genius with what they're doing right now. But I'll come back to that. We went over a bunch of injuries. Christian McCaffrey, turns out he had like this calf strain. I'm sure you guys have heard all this on all the other channels already. But he's got the injuries, and he's not going to participate in the preseason at all. He's going to miss a couple of weeks of practice. Calf strain. The Niners are going to baby this guy, right? Like this is the big guy. This is the breadwinner. So that's how it is. Our first round pick, Ricky Pearsall, has a shoulder injury. Jacob Cowling, our fourth round wide receiver. He's in a blue no contact jersey, although he did return to practice today, but still in a blue non-contact jersey. It's just getting a little tough, man. It's getting a little tough. I have mentioned Mitch Wisnowski already. We don't have a punter. We don't have a punter. We'll see what happens, but we don't have a punter, guys. All right. There were other injuries also. There's been a long litany of injuries that I could sit here and go over, but I'm not gonna. I don't want to bore you guys with that. I know that what everybody wants to talk about, what everyone has been harping on, is this Brandon Aiyuk trade situation. And when I say that, I'm not talking about the fake rumors that are going around about there being a done deal with Pittsburgh and all that shit, and it was done 3 days ago, and how they're working on it, and how is something done if they're still working on it. I'm not here to do all that stuff. It's not what I'm doing. But what I am here to do is talk to you guys about this Aiyuk situation and why I think the Niners, if you guys play spades, the Niners were holding the big joker and they just played it. And sometimes playing the big joker doesn't mean anything except you got one book. And then there's other times where it can mean a little bit more, especially if you and your partner just bid the wheels. Now, I'm not going to bore y'all with spades jargon, but here's what I'm going to say. The team has been playing this kind of the right way. All right. They made an offer that Aiyuk was excited about. He decided not to accept it based off of the word of his agent. Agent felt like, hey, we could probably get more if we're just a little more patient. They played that game, and that's cool. And like the agent predicted, the market did go up. More wide receivers got paid. And that agent is thinking to himself, well, that likely means my client is going to get paid more money as well. The market changed, which means our price should change, right? Maybe. Maybe that agent is right. So he tells Aiyuk not to accept the deal. This is the same deal that Aiyuk talked about on the pivot, where he said, I thought it was time to get the suit out. I called my agent. It's time to get the suit out. And the agent said no. Same exact deal I'm talking about. After he gets the no, did he just snap at you? Huh? After the agent says no to the deal, they go out and, all right, now we're negotiating. The Niners can't come to an agreement. So now there's all the stuff that started. Aiyuk requests a trade. This was a couple of weeks ago. Brandon Aiyuk requested a trade a couple of weeks ago. But all of a sudden, people are getting pissed off and upset with him today and yesterday about the trade. And if you stop and really think about it, he hasn't done anything new. Why are there more people upset today than there were yesterday or the day before or the day before? He requested this trade weeks ago. So why is everybody upset? Well, the only thing that changed was that the Niners allowed his camp to actually contact other teams. So why is that important? Why is that a big deal? Why would that make other people angry at Brandon Aiyuk and not at the 49ers? So I just don't think people are thinking about this the right way. If you're going to be upset with somebody about any recent news that came out about Brandon Aiyuk and this trade request, you should be upset at the 49ers. That's the only thing that's changed. That's it. You can't be upset at Brandon Aiyuk for a team trading for him. That's not his fault. He requested this trade mad long ago. The results of it are the results of it. But he requested a trade. You shouldn't be more angry at him today than you were previously. That's kind of my point. Now, here's why I think the Niners played the big joker in all this. The same thing I'm telling y'all to be upset about is why I think the Niners are genius. I think y'all should be completely upset at the fact that the 49ers told them they could seek a trade. So you made the request. The team said, yes, cool, we hear you. But no, your camp can't talk to anybody. We'll see what offers we get. They come back and say, hey, guys, we only got one or two offers. It was a 4th-round pick. We're not going to accept that. We got a 3rd-round pick. We're not going to accept that. That's what the Niners did, right? The agent is saying, hey, we want to make phone calls. We want to call around. Maybe teams want to make us an offer, and we deserve the right to know what that offer consists of. And they do. So the Niners say, fine, You don't want to listen to us? You and your camp can absolutely go out there and you guys can start calling teams. This is where the genius takes place. This is where the breakdown happens. And this is where I think Brandon Aiyuk and his team just lost everything. Now you're going to find out what the fake market is for Brandon Aiyuk. So you make this trade request. They say, cool, but we're calling. And then you say, all right, we're going to let you guys go out there and make some calls, right? They're saying the Patriots are offering the most money, but the money talks haven't really come out yet. They're just saying that the Patriots are, the report was the Patriots are willing to make him a top 5 paid wide receiver. It's got to be 29 million, right? But here's why I say it's fake offers. The Patriots can talk about what they're willing to pay him, and that's cool. And that's going to get his agent's attention. But now you got to make the 49ers happy. Now you have to pay the 49ers cost. It's one thing to say, hey, we're going to make you the top 5 paid wide receiver if you were to come here. That's cool. That's only half of the negotiation. Now, what's it going to take to make the Niners want to let go of Brandon Aiyuk? The same Brandon Aiyuk they did not want to trade during the draft. The same Brandon Aiyuk that they have made multiple offers to. Now you got to make them say, okay, now what you're offering us is enough to let him go. So that tells me the Niners are going to want at least a first, maybe a first and a player. The Niners are going to want something for Brandon Aiyuk. So now the Patriots have to go back into their little locker room and say, well, we were cool with the contract. We got the money to spend, but we want to give up a first and players for this guy. We're going to do all that right now for Brandon Aiyuk? What if he's a product of the system, guys? What if he's not as good as what we think he is? Dog. Oh, no, I didn't do anything. What if Brandon Aiyuk is just a product of the system? What if the trade is a first and one of our star defensive players? What if they say, hey, we need a corner? Because we've got 2 corners on the last year of their deal right now. What if they want a young stud corner? So now what happens is, hey, Brandon, listen, man. After thinking about what all the compensation is, we know we said we wanted to make you a top 5 paid wide receiver. But the truth of the matter is, after we come up off of a first and a player, it's going to set us back a little bit. We're actually only willing to make you a top 10 paid wide receiver. Our offer is going to come in somewhere around, I don't know, man, $26, $27 million. And that's what's going to happen right now. This is how the 49ers played the big joker. All this talk about the offer, like the money, that's all fluff. None of that means anything until the Niners are made whole first, because they are not obligated to trade him. They can say, hey, we'll pay Brandon Aiyuk $100 million a year. That don't mean anything to the Niners. The Niners have to get theirs first, guys. The Niners have to be given some sort of compensation that makes them comfortable moving on from Brandon Aiyuk this season, what they believe is their Super Bowl window. What they believe will make them equally as good or better for moving on from Brandon Aiyuk this season, not next season. So what the Niners do is tell them to go out, make these calls, and see what the best offer is that you get. But it's not the free agent market that Brandon Aiyuk wouldn't see if he were an actual free agent. It's not that. It's not close to that. It's not close to that. So the Niners are now sitting back with a big smile on their face because they know that if Brandon Aiyuk was a free agent, he'd get a lot more money. They know that if a team didn't have to trade and make them happy, Brandon Aiyuk will get a lot more money. So they sit back, they let his team, Brandon Ayuk's team, make all these phone calls. And when it's all said and done, you know what happens? His agent says, I'm sorry, BA. I could only get you $26 million. And the Niners say, hey, we can match that. And they keep their guy. That's how I think this is all going to play out. That's how I see this shaping out, guys. Crow, you're right. You're right. But if it's that, then why are they even trading for Brandon Aiyuk in the first place? Because they also have to give him another deal. Doesn't make any sense to me. Doesn't make any sense. And by the way, guys, agents have connections with teams. We have heard, we have seen it here ourselves. The 49ers will take a guy who is banged up, old, and injured, and nobody wants him, and bring him in for a workout. And it turns out that John Lynch is buddies with the agent, and he was just doing his agent a solid. He was doing his friend a solid and saying, hey, I'll bring your guy in for a workout and get some people talking about him, generate some buzz. These things happen in the NFL. These things happen. David says, Mike, my concern about playing hardball and forcing Aiyuk to play is that he'll become a distraction all season and disruptive to the team chemistry. There is no distraction. It's all business. They've all said it. Kyle has said it. Aiyuk has said it. Debo has said it. McCaffrey has said it. Everyone said, hey, I'm not holding anything against them. Trent Williams has said it. Bosa even said it. It is all business. This is all business. Nobody's holding anything against Brandon Aiyuk. Kyle Shanahan isn't holding anything against Brandon Aiyuk. He said, we know that this is all part of it. There's no distraction to be had. He's got to show up and he's got to perform. And he has to perform. Because if he doesn't perform, they're going to get rid of him. And what I mean by he's got to perform is he's going to look like a bad player and the market dries up for him. He's not going to make any money in the free agent market after this fifth-year option is over. And the benefit of coming in and performing is the Niners can still make offers for extensions during the season. People keep thinking and talking like it's now or never. Like we have to get him signed and extended right now, today, or before the season starts, or we're going to lose Brandon Aiyuk. That's not the case at all. They have the right to extend this man whenever the hell they want. Whenever they want. So don't panic yet, faithful. Don't panic yet. I think what you meant to say is nobody giving up first-round pick and money. It just doesn't happen often, which is why the Niners have nothing to lose by telling Brandon Ayuk's camp, yeah, go ahead. You guys can call around, see what you get. Because that's my dog barking at the thunder. Because once they get that offer, the Niners are going to be like, okay, well, this is what you got to give us. And they're going to be like, well, no, we're not doing that. It's a win-win for the Niners. They get to set a low market price for Brandon Aiyuk that they can match and say, see, we weren't far off at all this time. Come back to the negotiation table. It's a win-win. It's a win-win. You know better. David says Niners should take no less than a player, preferably a good wide receiver, and at minimum 1 first round for Aiyuk. Well, then that takes the Patriots off the table because they don't have any good wide receivers. That's why they're in the market for Aiyuk. They don't have any good wide receivers. They have nobody that's going to improve the 49ers. Not a single one of them on their roster is going to improve the 49ers. No one. And that's no shot to Kendrick Bourne at all, but Kendrick Bourne ain't making us better by coming here. We got our own version of Kendrick Bourne and Jawan Jennings. You know what I'm saying? Did y'all hear that thunder? Did y'all hear that? Leon says here, Judon Bourne and a second. Maybe. But we wouldn't need Bourne. Bourne wouldn't be the one. I'd switch it to somebody else. And he's coming off of an injury. I think people are forgetting that. There's no need to stress that. I wouldn't even worry about Kendrick Bourne. He would be the last of my worries. All right, listen, guys, I'm going to get off of here before the storm comes in all the way. I have a daughter that has like a really bad phobia of storms. So I'm going to try to go negotiate with my wife really quick and see what we can do about maybe an extended bedtime or something. I don't know. Something to distract her until this part of the storm passes. So listen, guys, I got to get out of here. I know this was short. I apologize so much for it. I would have loved to have the full setup going. I would have loved to have all my clips and everything for you guys like I had planned. But this storm is lasting longer than we thought it was. And it's coming in from Jersey. It's been going crazy. It's going to continue to go crazy. So, yeah. All right. Yeah, Ben, I want us healthy in another awesome year. And yes, the quest for 6 is real. Listen, man, we always want more, man. We always want more. The quest continues. I don't care if it's for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The quest continues, man. That's what we're doing here. We're on a mission for more and better. So, let's get healthy. Let's not get too disappointed with the injuries right now. At least they're happening when the games don't count. You know what I'm saying? But let's try to be a little, positive, guys. It could always be worse. Could always be worse. The Niners could be this injured heading into week 1 and not into week 1 of the preseason. All right, so let's find some positivity. Let's hold on to the positivity. All right, prepare for glory, anticipate pain, but always remain faithful. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.
We all gas, no brakes, pumped up, no fakes. We spinning, we winning, we high stakes. We never miss, we all makes. Look at us dudes trying to prove, bringing you news with nothing to lose. Mike, Nick, Tony, Wayne, Method Man, we bring the pain. Hey, see, I'ma confess it. We under the pressure. If you looking to find us, them nothing but Niners. Nothing but Niners. Nothing but Niners. Nothing but Niners. Nothing but we them nothing but Niners.